Hello everyone. So, for those who don't know, I am a huge fan of the Nintendo Switch. It is currently my favorite console of this generation. However, despite being my favorite, it's still not the one I play the most. It's not my go-to console. That right now is still the Xbox One, despite my love-hate relationship with Microsoft over the Xbox One. And that's mainly because it just has games on it that I play on a regular basis, usually online with friends, or backwards compatibility with 360 games or whatnot. The Nintendo Switch definitely has a good third-party selection so far, and it's only getting better. However, I still wish it had a little more games on it that I would like to play, and games that are still more popular. And what I thought I'd do is put together kind of like a top 5 list of games that if they would come out on the Switch, that it would kind of leave Sony and Microsoft in the dust in terms of sales charts. Number 5 game I thought would be really good to see on Nintendo Switch would be either Mortal Kombat or Injustice. And it's kind of weird to me that none of these games have come out on the Nintendo Switch yet, because the first Injustice came out on the Wii U, and even the Wii had Mortal Kombat Armageddon. And with the exception of Mortal Kombat 1 on the Super Nintendo being kind of kid-friendly, Nintendo consoles have had a really good history with good Mortal Kombat games. Even Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the Nintendo 64 wasn't as good as its competition, but it was still a really good game. I mean, you got Street Fighter Collection on the Nintendo Switch, so you got a good selection of fighting games, as even with the Neo Geo games that are available online. But there's no Mortal Kombat games, and I've always been more of a Mortal Kombat fan over Street Fighter. So a good Mortal Kombat or even a good Injustice game on Nintendo Switch would definitely help fill that void.
Finish him!
So the number 4 game I would like to see on the Nintendo Switch is a really good racing simulator. Like, you got Forza on the Xbox and you got Gran Turismo on PlayStation, but the Nintendo Switch does not have any kind of racing simulator. I mean, even the GBA had a racing simulator, which was kind of funny. I think Sega GT would be a really good series to bring back and bring that to the Nintendo Switch. I'm sure Nintendo could work out something with Sega on that. And, I mean, Sega's got some really good games on the Nintendo Switch right now. I mean, look at Sonic Mania. But Sega GT was actually a really good racing game. You had the Xbox version that came out earlier, and it wasn't too bad. Also, the Sega Dreamcast version, which was kind of Sega's answer to Gran Turismo when they still had the Dreamcast out in the market, and I used to play that a ton. It was a really good game. So yeah, a really good racing simulator like Sega GT, that would definitely help get some more racing variety on the Nintendo Switch, so you have something other than Mario Kart. Not that Mario Kart's bad, but, you know, gotta have something a little more realistic to play. So, number 3, the Nintendo Switch, I feel, needs a really good Battle Royale game other than Fortnite. Fortnite is kind of like that little kiddie game, got the cartoonish graphics. I mean, it's a great game. It's successful for a reason. But Fortnite and PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, or PUBG, it's kind of a different audience on the consoles than it is on PC. They're kind of like, PUBG is kind of more of an adult audience, and Fortnite's kind of a little more like kids play on the consoles. At least this is what I've noticed. Not so much on the PC, but a little bit on the consoles. Like all my friends that play PUBG, their kids play Fortnite, but the kids don't play PUBG, and the adults don't play Fortnite. With a company that makes PUBG, I mean, they're not really good at optimizing their game for hardware. I mean, so the chances of seeing PUBG on Nintendo Switch, unless it's like the mobile version, is pretty low. I mean, it could probably run it if they optimize it really well. But you also got the new game that just hit Steam, Ring of Elysium. I hope I'm saying that right. That's a really good game. I mean, I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but it looks fantastic. The system requirements on it are actually lower than PUBG, and the game looks a lot more polished than PUBG does as well. So it'd be good to see a little more variety in terms of the Battle Royale on the Switch, something a little more realistic. Number 2 game I would like to see would be either Destiny or some Halo style game. I mean, heck, we've seen Microsoft releasing games on the Switch already with Minecraft and even promoting crossplay with Nintendo. So a Halo game on the Switch, however unlikely, is not out of the question, and really wouldn't surprise me if a Halo actually came out on the Switch. So one thing the Switch definitely doesn't have enough of, in my opinion, is first-person shooters. I mean, you still got a couple good ones. You got Doom, which is easily my favorite game on the console. You also got Paladins, which is a free-to-play game, kind of like Overwatch. Absolutely love Paladins, but in my opinion, it's just not enough, and you need some more first-person shooters. In terms of Destiny, Destiny 2 right now doesn't seem to be doing as well as it should have been, but I mean, it's still fun to play. The gameplay is definitely pretty solid, and the first game, I mean, even though the story in the first game wasn't really up to par, it was still fun to play. It still had great gameplay. What I always thought would be a really cool idea to do would be to have Destiny and all the expansions, the first game, kind of remade onto the Nintendo Switch and make it to where people could play it offline if they couldn't be able to connect online or have LAN support or things like that, but making all the raids and stuff online based. So you still had to connect online to do all the massive stuff like the PvPs or things like that, but just doing the missions and stuff like that, you could play single player offline if you want to. And they could sell us for, for $60 brand new if they want to, and include all the DLC, and it'd be like a Destiny complete package. And I think this would be pretty awesome to do on the Nintendo Switch. And number 1 game I think the Nintendo Switch needs to get to really leave its competition in the dust is a Call of Duty game. Now, Call of Duty has been around for a while. It's kind of getting played out a little bit, but you still can't deny that the games are still successful regardless. And with Call of Duty Black Ops 4 coming out with a Battle Royale game, I mean, bringing Call of Duty Black Ops 4 to the Nintendo Switch would be like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I mean, I mentioned playing on Battlegrounds. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 would definitely kill that in an instant. I mean, it's basically 2 birds with 1 stone. You have your Battle Royale game, and you have your Call of Duty game all in one game. So yeah, I think it's absolutely ludicrous that Activision hasn't even considered bringing any kind of Call of Duty game to the Nintendo Switch with as successful as that system has become. And maybe they just haven't announced it, but it doesn't really look likely. And even if they did like a Switch version of a previous Call of Duty, like PSP had something similar, even though it was buggy as all hell.
Hostile UAV above.
So just one more honorable mention. It's not really on the top 5 list, and it's more of a collection of games than an actual game. But with Nintendo Online service just now coming out, where you can play all your NES games on your Nintendo Switch, they definitely need to come out with a Super Nintendo version of that. And they'll probably already have that in the works, but it should be out by now. I think they're kind of slacking on this. They definitely need to get some of these games out and get people a reason to really buy this. And maybe they're concerned about tying into the sales of the Super Nintendo Mini. But I think this would help give the Nintendo Switch more variety in terms of retro games, especially when you consider that it no longer has a virtual console like the Wii U did. So yeah, those are the top 5 games that I would like to see on the Nintendo Switch. If you have a different list, or if you think something else should be on the Nintendo Switch that I didn't mention, please leave a comment below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. So another honorable mention I thought about after I was editing this video was a Madden-like football game on the Nintendo Switch. We got Mutant Football League coming out soon, which kind of resembles NFL Blitz, so hopefully that'll take the place of that. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my video. If you like what you see and you would like to support this channel and help it grow, please click the subscribe right here. Also, if you like this video, feel free to give a like and leave a comment below. Also, if you click this little bell icon right here, you'll get a notification every time I upload a new video. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys later.